Well, the farmer was tired, the farmer was sleeping, while all of his farm hands was having a ball, till someone left the barn door open, and that's when them cows went for a walk, and the farmer shouted, "Who let them cows out?"
Well, hello there. This is Bob Kennedy coming to you with a very special edition of SoCooL TV. The title of this particular episode is called The Appeal. I'll have a little bit to say about it. I'll try to do a number of things with it. Keep it short. We'll find out if it's memorable or not. It's being taped on November the 9th, 2007. So if you're watching right around that time, it's very topical. It's now. Because of the nature of video today, because of the nature of, as an example, YouTube, it'll be posted up on YouTube. Assuming they decide to keep it posted there and I decide to keep it posted there, it could stay there forever. It becomes a file, this video does. So this file will be a remembrance of this now moment, which I'm calling The Appeal. The episode is about, essentially revolves around an email and a combination of communications that I sent out about a month ago. In fact, a month ago today. This is Friday. The subject of that email and a couple of phone calls and a couple of conversations was essentially to share with some very close and intimate friends, relatives, some people that I have become close to for a long time in some cases, short time in other cases. The subject of the email was that I, Bob Kennedy, thought that I had a combination of situations coming up that was going to be very difficult to deal with. The combination of situations coming up included the fact that as an independent contractor for a company that had a contract with a major company, they got their contract suspended, or we now call it suspended because we're talking today, but at that moment, 4 weeks ago, their contract was being suspended or canceled, or it went away. And as a result, my ability to make a living went away also because I'm an independent contractor with this company. And at the same time, I got news that my now 5-year recurrent non-Hodgkin's lymphoma had probably recurred to such a point that it may require some additional analysis and or some additional treatment. So literally simultaneously at the same time, I got informed that I might be out of work and that I was going to have surgery, which I've now had. I had it a couple of weeks ago. The surgery was for the purpose of doing a biopsy to discover exactly what phase of lymphoma this current particular problem is in, and to decide the correct treatment. And I will find out, interestingly enough, today what that treatment is. We can suspect, as I have suspected for the last 4 months, what the treatment is going to be. It's going to be some form of chemotherapy. And to the extent that I remain alive and vibrant and living, etc., a portion of what I do in video at youtube.com/SoCooLBob will now be exactly what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Bob lost his job. Bob's got to do chemo. Could be a serious problem, economically and health-wise. Now, the nature of what I describe in this video as the appeal is that among my many, many things that I think about, and certainly that you think about on a regular basis about yourself and life and circumstance and everything else, I didn't find it particularly easy to come up with a solution to this problem. I don't have the solution, didn't have the solution. I have always been a bit of a worrier, so I could project what might happen, not having any money, not being able to pay the rent, not being able to pay the outrageous amount of money that I pay for health insurance, things like that. So that worry economics, worry health. I've had chemotherapy 3 or 4 times now, 4 times I believe, 3 times. This will be number 4. I now know what it does to you, and it beats you up a bit, so can I take another beating up Fortunately, it's been a couple of years since, but the bottom line about the nature of my appeal to you through this video, my appeal to my friends, relatives, cousins, uncles, etc., by email, by telephone, etc., was I don't know how to ask you about specific help to my money problem, and I certainly don't know how to ask you about specific help for my medical problem, and I don't necessarily even feel comfortable or in suggesting or anything like that, but at the same time, I do feel totally comfortable with asking you to continue in most of their cases to pray for me, to double up the prayers, to multiply the prayers, to go to the only source that I know that has any chance in my mind of coming up with a solution for all this multiple problems and other things. I'd be happy to pile on to the big fella, that's what I call him. But please join me, that's my appeal. Do me a favor, anybody watching this video, if you've learned how to pray, if you pray on a regular basis, regardless of your stage of prayer, I would love and appreciate it if you added me to your prayers and all of my particular goals with the big fella. And when you do that, I want you to know that I've got a nice long list now of people that I'm praying for, because I've begun, and I just really think it's an important thing to do. I keep doing it over and over again. It continues to work, including some answers to the appeal itself, the economics. I had one friend who instantly came out of the woodwork and said, "Don't worry about it, Bob, you can count on me." And this very, very good friend, for no reason, I don't think I asked even, sent me some money. I want to tell you in this video how powerful that gift was to have received that. I mean, it's just a wonderful message, I have to tell you, to receive a gift like that from someone who's a friend, who's a person who prays for you, etc. But I want you all to know that all of you other people, there's some specific people, you know who you are, who we're praying on a regular basis together. We communicate together, we work together, we've been friends together, we're family. There was one guy that got famous on television, keep those cards and letters coming. If I were going to get famous for anything, and I will get famous, one or two people are going to watch this for sure. That's fame, right? You and me, we know about it. I would say keep those prayers coming, please, please, please. Because not only is the most important thing about every situation, in my humble opinion, what's going on in the brain, in the mind, and how that helps your brain to pray, helps me to know that you prayed for me. But you know what? I honestly got to tell you, I believe it works. I believe the big fellow's coming up with some solutions. And I really hope and pray, and will continue to pray daily, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, that he does continue to come up with solutions to all of the problems. Now, my problems are so small, aren't they? Little teeny problems. Hopefully you have developed a perspective about whatever problems you have are the same, because look at all the problems there are in the world. I don't want to spend too much time looking at them, you know what I mean? But I do want to spend time praying about the solution to those problems.
Who let them cows out? Moo, 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 moo. Who let them cows out? Moo, 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 moo. Who let them cows out? Moo, 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 moo. Who let them cows out? Well, the farmer was tired, the farmer was sleeping, while all of his farm hands was having a ball, till someone left the barn door open. And that's when them cows went for a walk, and the farmer shouted, "Who let them cows out? Who let them cows out? Help me get them darn cows inside, back in time for milking. Get back, bossy, bad bossy, get back, you cut you